Welcome to the Extra Point, episode 30. Can you believe it, Nick? Episode 30.
I can't. 30 episodes already. It
Flew by.
is time flies.
Flew by. Anyway, welcome to the Extra Point. With me, as always, is Nick. I am Hunter. How are you doing, Nick?
Hunter, as always, I am doing very well. And how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Nick. I'm living, I'm breathing, and I'm
Fantastic.
feeling good, and I am loving football.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
It's a good thing.
Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into the topics. We have the Week 8 recap. A lot of shit went down in Week 8, like it does every week. The trade deadline just ended.
Yep.
Aqib Talib is traded to the Dolphins now from the
Yep.
Rams. A bunch of shit and a bunch of rumors that didn't even happen. We'll also be talking about Week 9's Thursday night football game between the 49ers and Cardinals, what to look forward to, and our prediction for that game. So, we got a lot of stuff to cover and about an hour to go. Are you ready, Nick?
I am ready, Hunter.
I am ready as well. Here we go. Episode
Chris.
30 is in the books. And here we go. Seahawks at the Falcons. The Seahawks won 27-20. What did you see in that game with Matt Ryan not starting?
I saw Matt Ryan did not play, and I saw the Falcons were competitive till the end and only lost by a touchdown. I think there were a few turnovers than we thought. I think the Falcons' defense struggled for the most part. However, the Seahawks marched down in their red zone almost every time and only came away with 27 points.
Right.
They easily probably should have gotten upwards of 40 points, and that did not happen. So I'll give the Falcons' red zone defense a round of applause for that. Their offense, not too bad against a pretty good Seahawks defense. Still needs to get the run game going. They still haven't done that. So nothing's changed by the Falcons. I wouldn't say I'm too disappointed in the Seahawks. I just expected a bit bigger margin of victory. Otherwise, same old for the Seahawks beating the Falcons. Not shocked at all.
We made the prediction correct. I did like what I saw from Matt Schaub, though. I mean, he's a veteran quarterback in the league. He's a veteran backup. He's been to a lot of teams, and he's reliable for the couple games you need him or the one game you need him, which they did. Putting up 460 yards with a all-star receiving core. I mean, you get rid of Mohamed Sanu, but you still have Julio, and you still have Calvin Ridley, Austin Hooper. They didn't get Freeman. Like you said, they didn't get the run game going. Go figure. That is Dan Quinn's fault. And Julio balled out as well as Austin Hooper getting a touchdown in there. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I did expect a little more from the Seahawks offense, though. Russell Wilson and the offense in general has been on a little downhill slope. I don't know why. Chris Carson's still getting 90 yards. Russell Wilson's still having a pretty good percentage and touchdowns to interception ratio and whatnot. But I'd like to see a little more. There's a lot of drives that just fade out, and I want to see a little more from them. But honestly, I'm surprised that the Falcons stuck with them. And I like what Matt Schaub did, getting the ball to his receivers and making shit happen for my fantasy.
Damn right he did.
They have a bye week in Week 9, so my fantasy team is fucked because I have 3 Falcons on my team. So, I'm screwed.
You are.
Yeah. Moving on to the a great fucking game and a great last-minute drive by Jacoby Brissett to put the game
it was awesome
in the win column for them. The Broncos lost a hard-fought game, 13-15, against the Colts, who are now 5-2. Broncos 2-6.
Yep.
Man, and we said it was going to be close.
We said it would be close because both defenses are very good. Both offenses need some work. But yeah, you really said it all with that statement about how clutch that drive was. I mean, they were in the back. They were in their end zone.
Yep.
The play of that drive, the play of that game was Brissett shaking a sack off of Von Miller, rolling out to his right, throwing a dime on third down for a huge 20-some-odd yard gain to T.Y. Hilton, getting out of bounds on the sideline. Beautiful play. I love Jacoby Brissett this year. He's really playing. He's doing very good. Very good is not proper. He's playing very well.
Very well.
And he helped win that game. He struggled throughout, obviously. And I think what the Broncos did was they limited the run game. But like most teams, you don't get a run game. For the most part, your offense is going to struggle unless you're fucking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's a separate story. They didn't have the run game. That's why they only got 15 points. But the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest kicker of all time that has the most points in NFL history, Adam Vinatieri, shanked the field goal really bad early in this game. His first field goal attempt, he also missed a PAT. Comes in when it matters and drain. Just
like always.
As soon as it was off his foot, you knew it was good. So he was clutch. Only thing I got to say about the Broncos is Joe Flacco once again still remains to be the problem. I think he had a couple decent weeks, and then he came back to his life of sucking ass. I didn't like how he tried throwing the play calling under the bus. Like, dude, come on. You're a veteran quarterback. Get it over yourself. Admit that you sucked and you need to play better.
Thank you. I was about to say that.
So
he needs to be humble and realize that he is a problem. He does not get the ball down the field.
Nope.
He is not mobile to get away from sacks. Nope. He is careless with the football.
Yep.
I mean, he's not a good quarterback. To be a veteran, to be a Super Bowl MVP and a Super Bowl champion, he knows better. And I mean, he might be a little salty that Lamar Jackson's actually being successful with Baltimore, and here he is with the Broncos sucking ass. But, dude, you are a veteran in the league, and you were elite at one point, possibly. It's debatable. So
he was good.
That shit and to blame play calling when you know deep down you are sucking some ass.
Yep.
It's uncalled for.
Yeah, I did not like that at all, but.
Moving on to the Colts, though, like you said, the Marlon Mack didn't really get the run game going as much as I would like him to. To win that game, they really needed the run game to get going, but that's what I said at the beginning, but they still fucking pulled it out either way. I mean, he had a touchdown and 76 yards, but Brissett was all the difference. I mean, it was a defensive game, but that drive sealed the deal and made it was the game. That one drive was the game, and Brissett made it happen. And the Colts are back on top. And are they in the lead for the AFC South? I think they are, yeah.
They are first in the AFC South over the Texans, yeah.
So they're doing good things in Indianapolis. Not my franchise dynasty team, but they're doing good things, and I'm proud. I'm proud. Brissett's proven doubters.
He is doing good. I am really proud. As being a former Patriot, I am rooting for him. He's doing really good. So.
Moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers facing the Tennessee Titans, who are now 4-4. Bucks are 2-5, and Tennessee beat the Bucks 27-23. What did you see in this wonderful game?
Once again, Hunter, I did see Ryan Tannehill actually threw a nice dime touchdown pass.
He did a good job.
He did very well. The run game is still solid. I think they're giving Derrick Henry the most touches over Deion Lewis, which is smart. He's a power back. He's what they need. I think he's top 5 in rushing yards on the season, so he's starting to come around. The O-line that I think is one of the best in football, led by Taylor Lewan, arguably the best left tackle in football, is starting to kick it in gear and start kicking some ass. So the offense is doing pretty good. And 27 points against the Bucks, I think, is solid because their front seven is of the best in football. They are the shit. So there's the Titans. I think if we look at the Buccaneers while they lost the game, I got to point towards Jameis Winston once again. Made big plays. Him and Mike Evans connected on some damn crazy ass plays. Let me tell you something. If I need someone to throw a damn 50-yard bomb in the air, I'm gonna have Jameis Winston do it because he can do it pretty fucking accurately.
Yeah.
But some of these, I believe he had several turnovers on their side of the football, on their side of the field. You can't do that. You cannot give any team, even if it's the fucking Titans, short field. It's gonna fuck the whole team. And he did that several times. Turnovers, once again, same shit, different day for Jameis Winston. Turnovers, that's why the Buccaneers lost. That's what I think. Looking at the game, I thought, and for the most part, they had the lead for a good portion of the game. But his turnovers allowed Titans to come back and get the win. So
Only thing I got with the Titans is Ryan Tannehill killed it. 3
Yep.
touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers,
Yep.
killed it. I mean, he didn't throw for very much, but he threw accurate balls when it mattered and to get in the end zone. So that's the most important thing right there, putting points on the board. The Titans did a very good job, and they are that roller coaster team that me and you talk about all the fucking time. So you don't know if it's going to be a good team or a bad team showing up.
Yeah.
Usually it's been a bad team. They've just gotten a little lucky here and there. And they surprised me beating the Texans or the Buccaneers because I really thought the Bucs were going to pull it out.
So did I. Yep.
Tennessee pulls that out. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, dude, Jameis Winston is one of those guys. He'll throw for 400 fucking yards, 5 touchdowns, but he'll throw 4 picks.
Yep.
Or he'll have one game where he does the same thing without the picks, and then he'll have another game where he throws for 100 yards and 5 picks. So you don't know what Jameis Winston you're going to get. I don't know if it's – I honestly don't know. I don't think he's developed. He's more of a Josh Allen. He just fucking chunks it when he's in trouble.
He's an athlete is what he is with a big arm.
Yeah, but you did say he is a good quarterback on the deep routes and deep balls, so I can't blame him there. The receiving core for Tampa is fucking beautiful.
Phenomenal, aren't they?
Dude, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
I haven't seen a lot from O.J. Howard, but
he still can be a great tight end. Yeah.
I wish they'd use him more. They were trying to shop him, and they didn't end up getting a deal for him. But that receiving core is phenomenal. Jameis Winston is dotting them up and making them all-stars right now. So
he's
props to him for doing that.
Get those turnovers out of his head, and he'll honestly be a damn good quarterback if he even limits that.
Also, I don't want to say it's Bruce Arians' fault, but I want the Bucs to get the run game going. They have 2 running backs that flip-flop, and they share time. I wish they get the running game going. This game, for example, Jameis Winston leads the team with 53 yards rushing this game. They need to get the rush game going. It's aggravating, and I think that'll help Jameis Winston in the play-action passes, and it'll spread the field out or collapse on the box a little more so you can spread the field out and get the ball down the field. So I don't know. That's just my take. I think they could help Jameis Winston out a little bit with that, but I don't know all about the Bucs running back situation, so I don't fucking know. But yeah, that was a good game. Buccaneers, I thought they were going to pull it out. Tennessee showed up to play. Ryan Tannehill being a fucking boss, like
he is a fucking boss
ever been in his life.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Cardinals, who are now 3-4-1 after a 3-win streak. They fall to the Saints, who are now 7-1, and the Saints kicked some fucking ass in the second half.
They did,
blowing them away, 31-9 final score. What'd you see in this game, Nick?
I think you just said it right there. The second half was a pure dominance.
That's all it was.
If I'm not mistaken, a shutout by the Saints defense. Cardinals looked like the first 3 games Cardinals of the season in the second half. They were get drives going. Get across the midway point, and they could not go any further. Gotta give credit where credit's due. A lot of that's for the Saints defense. They got pressure on Kyler Murray. That's a tough thing to do. And honestly, guys like Marshawn Lattimore were locking down some of his favorite targets. Larry Fitzgerald was pretty quiet there. So I'll say that. I think the run game, they still need to establish that. I think that third-string running back that came in last week and had, the 3 touchdowns, 120-some yards. Right, yeah. Well, I mean, they got to get the run game going again. That's a big thing for them. And the Saints shut it down the second half. They had nothing. Also, I said I did choose the Cardinals in an upset. I still think they would have lost after that second half because the Saints defense, they were winning actually at halftime. So,
they were.
But yeah, Saints defense would have probably secured the win anyway, but it was good to see Drew Brees come back. And how good is he? He throws for over 300 yards and 3 fucking touchdowns. I didn't see his completion percentage, but it was probably fucking 80 or something crazy like that. So he's picking up right where he left off, being one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Dude's got a fucking wrap on his hand, and it they had a side-by-side picture of when his hand was not hurt to where he's got that wrap on it. Exact same shit. Exact same grip. Fucking amazing. Drew Brees can do it all. I mean, I don't like the Saints, as we all know, but I love Drew Brees.
He's one of the greatest ever.
He's a good fucking athlete and a good quarterback. So we have a lot of mini-sodes on the Cardinals, and I think this is going to be another one. And I'm going to go ahead and say the same exact thing that I did on the other one. Cliff Kingsbury is the reason the Cardinals are not scoring points on offense. He is the play caller, and if he's not, he needs to fire whoever is.
He is.
He's the head coach. He is responsible. I have never in my life seen a third, and it was third and short, I do believe. Spreads the fucking field. Kyler Murray alone in the backfield. Man coverage all the way across. Yep. No safety in the back. And and they blitz the rest. Instantly, he hikes the ball. They don't have enough blockers, 5-on-7 or 5-on-6, however it was. There's going to be a free guy. What does Kyler Murray do? The only fucking thing he can do, and just fucking chunks it up. Fade route. So you're going to call a fade route on a third and short, but whatever. Throws it up. Incomplete. It was a damn good fucking ball, and it should have been caught, but it was a drop. But the play call right there. Why? Why would you do that? Not to mention, yeah, I get Chase Edmonds gets hurt, but your leading rusher was Christian Kirk on an end around for 19 yards.
Yep.
That's it. I'm not gonna say this was the Saints' defensive effort. I think this was a shitty preparation and a shitty play call by fucking Cliff Kingsbury and the offensive coordinator. Horrible. You have a great offense, great fucking receivers, like young, fast people that you can build around. Offensive lines, And Kyler Murray's a fucking generational talent right now, and you're letting it go to waste. Yep. Not to mention, they went out and picked up Alfred Morris and Kenyon Drake, traded for him. So that Alfred Morris, a good power back, Kenyon Drake, an all-around good back. So, like I said, Cliff Kingsbury is fucking that team, and I am not a fan of him right now not because of fantasy.
Yeah.
Stupid play calls, man.
I don't know if he's all about, he's so open about he's got to protect the image that he created of we're an air raid offense and we're going to pass it, we're going to move it down the field. It's third and short, we're going to pass it. Like I feel like he's in that thing where he's trying to protect what he's created by talking about his game plan since he became the head coach.
Just fucking win
very
games,
open
man.
Saying we are air raid offense. We're going to throw the damn football. And that's fine. And they got a good throw. But you're right. Third and short, I'm sorry. You are correct. Unless it's Gronk versus the shortest cornerback in football, why are you going to do a fade route on third and short? What are you doing?
Look at their receivers. You got Damiere Byrd. You got Christian Kirk.
Small.
They've got two rookies that are under 6 foot.
Yeah.
The only fucking tall motherfucker possession receiver you got out there is Larry Fitzgerald, who, I'm sorry, is the slowest guy on the field. And you're going to run and you're going to pass it on a third and short when you don't have any possession receivers. You have speedy guys that can get open if you give them time to get open. I'm sorry. It's stupid play calls. That's why they're not getting in the end zone. Nothing to do with the offense. That is the reason. Play calls.
I agree.
They cannot score touchdowns, and they should because they got a damn good offense. And it's pissing me the fuck off.
Pissing you the fuck off. You're damn right it is. I could tell.
Fuck that shit, man. I'm getting tired of it. All right, going on to the Bengals and Rams. The Bengals lost 24-10. The Rams are now 5-3, trying to catch up to the 49ers in the NFC West, while the Bengals are now 0-8, bringing up the rear, and Andy Dalton has been benched on his birthday yesterday. That's
right. Happy birthday, Andy Dalton. You're no longer going to be a franchise quarterback. Hopefully you're going to retire when we cut your ass this offseason. Ryan Finley from NC State, a good quarterback there, pocket passer. It looks like he's about 9 feet tall, weighs about 90 pounds. One of those guys. We'll see how he does. First of all, if you didn't watch the game, the Bengals were tightly close in this game. In the middle, almost at the end of the third quarter, we're talking one possession game. I believe in the fourth quarter, they actually marched down the field on 4th and goal and had a chance to get a touchdown and make it a one-score game then as well. They played their asses off against what should be a phenomenal team in the Rams. One thing they did not do was pay attention to Cooper Kupp. I don't know if they thought that he wasn't out there or if their game plan was to let him get 7 catches for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't know. I didn't know what that was. But that's a huge part of why they lost, honestly. If Cooper Kupp doesn't go the fuck off, I think the Bengals might have had a chance to win the fucking game. I mean, he was responsible for that offense. And let's be honest, past Cooper Kupp, I mean, they only got 24 points. They didn't move down the field very well.
Yeah.
If they could stop that good ass receiver for just a few of those big chunk plays and touchdowns he had, the Bengals got a chance to win the football game. So I was kind of disappointed in the Rams. I was kind of pleased with the Bengals. They actually made it competitive game. That was also the London game as well. So I'm sure, I don't know if those people over there have any idea what the hell happens during those games when they watch them. I don't know if they just cheer when the ref puts his hands up in the air. I don't know what they do.
England.
But I thought I'm impressed by the Bengals and I'm disappointed by the Rams. Their offense still, for some fucking reason, can't figure out what's going on. And it's very frustrating because they have so much talent. And I just don't know why they're only putting 24 points up against the Bengals. I really don't.
To be fair, Brandon Cooks did get hurt as well, like the first play of the fucking game, which kind of blew. Andy Dalton get benched.
Yeah.
He's been okay in stat wise. This season.
Okay.
But winning, no. So yeah, I get the change. I understand it, and sure, I mean after 12 years, maybe 13 years of him being quarterback for the Bengals, and he's done fucking nothing to show for it.
Yep.
I completely agree. Sure, go ahead and change it. You're 0-8. What the fuck do you got to lose? The coach is probably going to lose his job after the first fucking year. Whatever. Bengals, they did give a hard-fought game. Joe Mixon had a decent game. Andy Dalton had a decent game, but they just couldn't fucking pull it together on offense. And on defense, they were okay. Like you said, Cooper Kupp had 220 yards. Jared Goff threw for 372. So that's a good fucking chunk of his damn yards throwing the ball. And Cooper Kupp was the only player that was actually doing something on that team. So, but I'm going to go ahead and say the Rams, LA fans, it's no time to panic. I know they started off rough and they haven't been playing to what we thought and I thought they would be playing to. They haven't played to their caliber. But Jared Goff these past couple weeks is getting into his form. The run game is getting there. Todd Gurley's back healthy. Brandon Cooks getting hurt is a blow. I haven't heard much on him to see if it's serious or not.
Concussion.
So he'll probably be out a couple fucking weeks.
Well, yeah.
But the offense is getting into form, and the defense is still a pretty good defense shutdown. They just picked up Jalen Ramsey. They're looking nice on defense. Hopefully, we'll see. Sean McVay is a great coach and a good coaching staff in general. So I'm not worried about the Rams. I think they'll make the playoffs and they'll be a good team to moving forward, but just give us some time, and Cooper Kupp is the fucking man.
He is the fucking man. If you have Cooper Kupp in fantasy and you lost this past week, then I don't think you should play fantasy.
Who had him on the bench? That's what I'm...
Who had Cooper Kupp on the bench?
Oh,
I know some dumbass out there had him on the bench.
Because I've benched Chris Godwin on two games where he went off, and I'm not benching Chris Godwin ever again. Yep.
That's how it is.
All right. Moving on to, I did call this upset. The Eagles beat the Buffalo Bills 31-13. Eagles are now 4-4. Bills are 5-2. And it was a fucking shitty game from the Bills. They did fucking nothing.
Terrible.
They just got worked on offense, and they just got fucked on defense as well. And I told you that running game needs to get going, and it fucking did for the Eagles, finally.
Yep, you're right. Miles Sanders kicked ass. Rookie back, I believe. Rookie running back kicked ass. The offensive line for the Eagles kicked ass. Honestly, the pass game was pretty weak. I don't think they did anything spectacular. No. Hell, Carson Wentz ran the football for some game-ending first downs late in the fourth quarter. Helped set up a game-sealing touchdown to guarantee the victory. I'm not necessarily shocked. I chose the Bills because they were at home. We talked about this. I think they were 5-1, right?
Yep.
At the time, they're the worst 5-1 team that we've seen in the start of season in a long time. Yep. Because their defense is great, but their offense is certainly not. They're well coached, and they have a great defense. That's only going to get you so far. And that game really showed that the Bills aren't as good as their record may show, and that the Eagles are probably better than their record may show because they proved that they do have a good run game. Listen, the Bills defense is pretty fucking good, and they gave up 31 points. You can't overlook that. Eagles had a damn good offensive game. If they played like they did against the Bills, against the Cowboys, we got probably a different outcome in that game and a different outcome on how we look at the Eagles, the Cowboys, and that entire NFC East. So that's a huge game for the Eagles. The only thing I am shocked about is that it was actually a smoke show. I did not. I looking at the teams, I felt it was evenly matched. I was shocked by the score. I mean, they honestly kicked their ass. That's a pretty substantial difference, 31-13.
Yeah,
and I got to point fingers. I kind of talk shit about him every time briefly, but Josh Allen, man, get your head out of your ass, dude. He's just, I don't know. He's one of those guys. I don't see any improvement on a weekly basis. I want to see him improve. I want to see him start making the proper reads, not just going out there and being an athlete. It's only going to get you so far. He's not improving. Therefore, the Bills are not going to improve.
We keep saying it time and time again. Josh Allen is a very talented athlete and a very talented quarterback. He can throw it 60, 70 yards without skipping a beat on the dot.
He can run the football. He
can run the fucking football. He can take the hits. He's a big guy, strong guy. He is a generational talent. It's what you want at quarterback. It's just his football knowledge is not there. He does not make those good reads. He is not good under pressure. He is just not a good clutch quarterback and a good knowledgeable quarterback, which is what you need against these defenses. It's Josh Allen. It all falls on him. I mean, the offense in general is kind of but he's the quarterback. Sean McDermott is a damn good coach. He coached the Panthers for a while on defensive coordinator, and that's why they have such a good defense, because of him. He is a very good coach, and I put nothing this fucking drought that the Bills have been on for 4 years. We've always said they're just consistent, and they never get any better or worse. I don't put it on him. I mean, he's trying his hardest to get some players in. I mean, you saw he had LaShawn McCoy at one point. He brought in Frank Gore because he's fucking desperate. John Brown, Cole Beasley, 2 decent receivers, one fast, one possession. It's just Josh Allen. He's not there yet. And at what point are we going to be sitting here saying, like, it's time to move on? Because it's getting there. He's been in the league, 3 years? 3 years is a while. He needs to get it going.
But start improving.
Yeah, Josh Allen is the reason for the Bills' downfall right now on offense. Their defense is still spectacular, even though it didn't seem that way.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, the offense didn't really do much on passing game. The Eagles' offensive line is set up to stop or to protect against the pass. So they don't run the ball much, and they're not very good at run blocking. But when they are able to run the ball efficiently, like we saw this game, Jordan Howard getting 96 yards and Miles Sanders with that getting over a total of 100 yards rushing on the ground, they win the game. They control the clock. They've got a decent or pretty good quarterback. They got good receivers. They can get those first downs when needed, but when they can run the ball efficiently, this is what they can do. And they need to do that every game. I don't know why they don't do it. I feel like they try to run the ball the first quarter, and it falls apart, and they just say, fuck it, we're not doing that anymore. You got to keep going.
Exactly.
You got to keep it going. Be consistent with it. It's not every run's going to break for 3 to 4 to 5 yards plus.
Right.
So keep it going. This offense can do that. Jordan Howard's damn good back. Miles Sanders, good fucking running back. Get the ball on the ground, and the Eagles can be a really good football team. They're better than 4-4.
Yep. Hell of a lot better than 4-4. You could argue they're 4 games better than 4-4.
You know, 2 teams that's also better than their records. The 3-5 Chargers beat the 3-4 Bears 17-16. Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh my God!
You
really got to talk about it.
Hard. I don't get it, man. He was He was good last
Last
year.
year, he was great.
Pro Bowl.
He you know what he was doing? He would run. He wouldn't sit in the pocket forever. He'd say, all right, boom, 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 fuck it, run. He can actually run pretty good. He's a
Which
smart guy. He would slide. He wouldn't take a bunch of hits. He would slide. You know,
I
he'd throw the
think
ball
that's a
away if he
problem though
needed
this
to.
year. I think teams are starting. They realize that he is a mobile threat, and they're containing him.
They are.
You and me both said it. He'll sit back there. He'll run up. Nose tackle will stick his head out. He'll run back.
Or run
And he'll
out.
just run around in circles because he's
Yep.
trying. Like he did last year, it worked. Now it's like you ain't got anywhere to go, buddy.
Yep.
And he can't. He doesn't throw it away.
And he doesn't have Lamar Jackson's speed, and he doesn't have Russell Wilson ability to get out of those situations.
Right.
So he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He is fucked. And I feel bad for him because I thought he had great potential. I was hoping this would be a big year for him, and he is.
Should be.
I say it every fucking week, but he's not the only reason for their failures. Once again, the Bears defense
man,
is so underperforming. It's driving me fucking nuts. It really is. The whole team's underperforming. They're 3-4. Me and you were talking about the Bears defense preseason
being one of the best ever.
Potential to be one of the best ever. We actually had a whole episode dedicated. We compared them to the 85 Bears defense. And it was a very reasonable comparison looking at players on their roster. Chuck Pagano needs to get his head out of his ass. Matt Nagy needs to get his head out of his ass along with Mitchell Trubisky. The reason I said Matt Nagy, I thought he was doing okay. I thought he was letting Chuck Pagano handle the defense
last year.
And I thought he had a struggling quarterback to work with. And I was like, okay, I had a tough situation. Eddie Pinheiro. I think I'm saying that right. Eddie Pinheiro, okay? Poor fucking guy. Listen, if you kick for the Bears, you don't want to kick for the Bears, okay? They had a chance to win this football game. There are 40 seconds left, Hunter, and the Bears have a timeout. They just got a first down. What does Matt Nagy do? He takes the Chargers don't have a timeout, okay? He takes a fucking knee. And he's, it's what, like a 30-some, maybe 40-some odd field goal?
Yeah.
You have a timeout, man. Why would you not at least try to get closer? I don't my jaw dropped when I saw that. It doesn't sound like anything major, but when you look at when he missed a fucking kick by about half a fucking foot, if you got a damn yard further on just an extra run attempt, you have a timeout. Just fucking run. A quarterback sneak, if it would have got a fucking half yard, would have allowed that ball to go in for the field goal. Okay? I've never seen that before. Anytime there's that much time on the clock and you have at least one timeout left, they run the shit out of it and they see if they can get closer. I don't know what the fuck. It's a collective thing. I'm starting to figure out. The Bears are fucking themselves over. It's such a waste of talent. It pisses me off. They are the new Vikings. They suck for no reason. And then I'm going to go to the Chargers briefly. Their defense, I talk shit about them every week too. They shouldn't be that bad. However, I did call this win over the Bears. I called the upset. And the only reason I called the upset is because the Bears, I think, were fucking up more than the Chargers were. And I was right. So the Chargers are still disappointing. I believe they did fire the offense coordinator. So maybe, just maybe, they might have a chance of, turning things around. So Chargers fans, hopefully you got a new offense, new and improved coming up starting this week. But they're still disappointing too. But the Bears collectively have pissed me off, and they're what are they, 3-4?
3-4.
3-4. God, I mean, you know how sad that is? They're 3-4.
This was a playoff and potentially favorite in the NFC last year.
Exactly.
Mitchell Trubisky was on an MVP run for just a brief moment and was Pro Bowl level last year.
He sure was.
The offense was clicking. The defense was the best in football by far.
They had the coach of the year.
Coach of the
year. With
a not so talented offense, and he led that team to a fucking field goal away from possibly going to the NFC Championship and could have fucking won it.
Yep.
So I'm not going to blame the kicker, okay? I saw a stat. It was since 2017, they have been 1 of 4 in game-winning field goals under 20 seconds. That sucks. But something like that. Yeah. I'm not going to blame it on the kicker, okay? I'm not really going to blame it on the coach. However, that was a stupid call at the end of the game, considering David Montgomery, your running back, averaged 5 yards a carry the whole game and had 135 yards on the ground alone.
They finally got a run game going, and they didn't run it when they should have ran it. How
I don't know what the fuck that was about. But yeah, but I'm not going to blame it all on him. Allen Robinson is a really good fucking receiver and a really good pickup this offseason. And it's a great weapon to have. Allen Robinson is the man right now. And Mitchell Trubisky is fucking it over. He, like we just talked about, he's just like Josh Allen at the moment. Not a very smart quarterback, doesn't get rid of the ball, doesn't handle his checkdowns very well, can't throw the ball deep, can't throw the ball short, can't throw the ball in an intermediate route. He's not worth a shit right now. They're talking about benching him for Chase Daniel. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, Chase Daniels is going to give you the same result. We just expect it out of Chase Daniels. We don't expect the shittiness out of Mitchell Trubisky.
Backup quarterback. So yeah, it's just the Bears. I've always been a fan of Chuck Pagano as well. I actually wanted him to be our defensive coordinator last year when he was a free agent as a coach, and we didn't pick him up. This past year. But yeah, he's fucking over the Bears defense right now. They are shitty. They're top 15 now. They were top 10. Now they're top 15. So they moved up a little bit. Yeah, so up. They're shitty. The Bears team in general is fucking horrible. Offense starts with Mitchell Trubisky. Defense starts with Chuck Pagano and the coaching staff. Fucking all around shitty team. The Chargers, on the other hand, they played a shitty game. Melvin Gordon didn't do a damn thing. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen didn't do a damn thing. Phillip Rivers was okay. He threw the ball when he needed to get a fucking first down. They had maybe like 8 of them the whole game, 7. It was just a shitty game all around, and a better team in a small aspect won the game in the Chargers. Yeah. So that was but you called it. Good job. Good job on that. That was good for you.
What I do.
Going on to the Lions and the Giants. The Giants traveled to Detroit and lost 31-26. The Lions are now 3-1. Giants 2-6. What did you see in this one?
Well, first of all, that was a good-ass game. I thought, first of all, Danny Dimes is back, people. This dude threw some good-ass passes. The name of the receiver escapes me. He is also a rookie. 2 back shoulder passes, one on the left side, front corner of the end zone, one on the right side, in back-to-back drives, where the passes were not, people were saying they were 50-50 balls. No, these passes were perfectly placed where only the wide receiver could make a play. They were great catches by the receiver for touchdowns. And I thought Danny Dimes, that's the first one I saw, I was like, oh, he's back. Yep. Danny Dimes is fucking back. However, I thought the Giants offense did okay. Every time I flipped to the game, Hunter, they were on a 4th down. I don't know what their 3rd down problems are, but they had like 4 4th down attempts. I don't think they only got like 1. So they got to figure out what they're going to do on 3rd down. I'm assuming if they're getting 3rd and long situations, that's a problem. That's the problem I noticed in the game. Defense, I think, still sucks ass for the Giants. So naturally, they give up at least 30 points. And like you've been saying all season, and I'm starting to really agree with you, the Lions offense is pretty fucking awesome. I mean, they got some great receivers, man. They have some good-ass receivers. Danny Amendola had a good-ass game, kind of resurrected himself. I forgot he was still playing for a minute there.
Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay had a bunch of great plays. Marvin Jones still played great. And then Kerryon Johnson had a solid game as well running. So their offense took advantage of a shitty Giants defense and got a win. However, like I said, I was happy to see Danny Dimes back. Saquon had a mean-ass run where he actually threw somebody to the ground after juking two other people out. So he has also been resurrected of the season. So the Giants' offense is pretty fucking solid. With those two at the helm, they got a damn future, man. I am I am proud of the Giants. I really am. They got a future offensively. So good for them. That's what I saw.
The Detroit Lions offense is really, really good. They're
They're
better than a
fucking
3-3 and
awesome.
1 team.
They
Their
are.
defense, however, is fucking horrific. They got two good corners, and that's really about it. I mean, they have some plug in pieces here and there, but overall, their defense is not very good. Their
Yeah.
offense is really good, though. Matthew Stafford is showing after 10, 11 years that he is the
He
man,
still got it.
and
Yep.
he's not the reason the Lions have sucked this fucking far.
Nope.
And I'm seeing that now. I mean, he's always been one of those guys that it's kind of like a Jameis Winston. He'll throw fucking 500 yards and 6 touchdowns, but he'll throw
But
three picks.
he'll make the mistakes that fuck up a game.
The
Yeah.
last couple years, he hasn't been doing that. I mean, back then, I get it. He had Calvin Johnson.
Right.
Why the fuck not? Just chunk it.
Triple coverage,
Fuck
fuck it.
it.
He'll catch it. And he did quite
Yeah,
often.
so I get it. I get it to a certain extent. It pissed me off if I was a Lions fan, but I get it. Now he doesn't have that, and the last couple of years he's been really knowledgeable of the game, checking down the ball, reading zone coverage, reading man coverage, doing a great job. And this season he's doing fucking phenomenal, and I'm really proud of him. So the Lions are a really good team on paper offensively. Their defense is Matt Patricia's doing a great job though, so give him props and give the Lions props. Shitty organization with terrible ownership. Matthew Stafford's getting it done. The Giants, however, Daniel Jones took a lot of shit when he got drafted from us, from analysts, even from his own fan base.
Yep, from Baker Mayfield, which I think is hilarious looking at the seasons now.
Peyton Manning said, "Hey, listen, Dave Gettleman, who's the Giants GM,
get
this fucker." And he fucking listened, and he's glad he did, because Dwayne Haskins is fucking horrible right now.
He's fucking horrible. Yep.
Daniel Jones is dropping dimes. Danny Dimes doing good things. With the shitty receiving core he has, with the shitty offensive line he has, he's doing really good. Golden Tate, washed up. Sterling Shepard, shitty. I mean, Their receiving core is not very good. But also, so we have Daniel Jones, fucking phenomenal. Saquon Barkley. What was his injury? What was his injury? Do you know?
Shit, he did something to his leg. I don't know. I want to say it was a calf
ankle,
injury.
I do believe. He fucked it up.
Yeah.
Was going to be out 3 weeks. He's out 3 weeks, which is, for what it was, I can't remember what it was, but it was a short turnaround for him. And he comes back and fucking does that shit. He only got 64 yards. But
he had a couple of highlight plays.
Those
that one, I mean,
runs.
That first down run was absolutely phenomenal.
He is. I've never said it, and I keep saying this over and over again, or I've said it in the past. A new player coming into the league or a backup quarterback starting for once, they do great. I always say, give him another year. I never jump the gun on him. Saquon, as soon as he entered the league, I'm like, this fucker's going to be a Hall of Famer.
This guy's fucking awesome. Yep.
He could be. We were talking about it today, me and some of my friends. He has the potential and the athleticism and just raw talent. He could be the best running back in football history. He can. He just has that motor. He was NFL ready coming out of fucking high school.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the fucking man. So offensively for the Giants, they're actually doing pretty good. Defensively, I'm not even getting into that. Defense for the Lions, defense for the Giants fucking suck. So that's all I gotta say. I'm liking the Giants so far from
so
the
am I.
offense.
They got a great future. So
yeah. Oh yes, oh my God, yeah they do. Just protect them, please. All right. Moving on to the 1-6 Jets and the 4-4 Jaguars. The Jaguars beat the Jets 29-15 in Jacksonville. What'd you see from this one?
Well, I didn't really see much of the game. I just kind of saw the results. I did see a beautiful play. as Danny Dimes is kind of back in the action. We're hearing his name called. I think he was the number one fantasy quarterback in football. And I think another guy we're hearing names of again is old Minshew Magic himself. Gardner Minshew had
Coming
a good
back.
game. Leonard Fournette actually did not do very well, although he ripped off about a 60 some odd yard run in the
Yeah.
first quarter. Was looking like he was going to go for 200 again and then really stalled out there. So takeaways, nothing too intense for me. I think the Jaguars are a better overall team, and I think they got a win against a solid defense in the Jets. Well, not anymore. They just traded Leonard Williams, so that's out of the books now. But
Yeah.
I thought the Jags did well running the ball. I thought Minshew made enough plays to put up 29 points on a solid Jets defense. I thought the Jets offense, well, I'm assuming he's still seeing ghosts because they only got 15 points. I know the Jaguars defense is still top notch and they're at least top 10 statistically. They're probably a little better than 10, but um, it was the Jets. I'm really the whole season. I really feel bad because I think if it weren't for the whole mono thing and him missing
Yes.
just over a month of football, they don't go one for whatever and then that time span or and whatever in that time span. I think they would have a couple more wins. I think they'd be looking more like a 3-4 team instead of a 1-6 or whatever it
Wild
is.
card down the stretch.
Yeah. So I feel bad for that aspect. Other than that, Sam Darnold, man, I don't know if the mono fucked him up or what, but he's just not up to par in these last few games. He's just not getting any. He's not making any plays at all that I would expect him to make. So
See, I think he'll get better. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Jaguars. Minshew has finally came back, after that little hot streak he had when he got popular. He went
yeah,
and faced Carolina and then lost there, and it kind of just died out after
yeah,
that. He finally came back, and he did really good this game. Leonard Fournette had a 66-yard run. After that, he had like 10 yards total rushing, but he got
yeah.
60 in the air, so he was shitty on the ground after that run, but he still got the ball. The receiving core for the Jaguars, surprising. We've talked about it before. Really surprising. DJ Shark is a receiver that you can build a franchise around.
He's
They also
outstanding.
have Chris Conley as
Yep,
well, who is a good second string or a second receiver beside DJ Shark. So they have
yep.
a future on offense in
D.D.
Jacksonville.
Westbrook. Yep.
Yep, D.D. Westbrook. They have a really good future in Jacksonville on offense, with or without Foles. I'm whatever. I don't think Minshew is the guy, but they have, beside the quarterback, they have a good running or a good offense in general. Their defense is still top notch. I mean, Jalen Ramsey left, but it's okay. They still got more than, that one player is not going to fuck up your whole entire team. So
Right.
they're still good
Right.
on defense. The Jets, on the other hand, I completely agree with you. Everything you said about Sam Darnold, that mono thing fucked the Jets up.
It did.
They
It
would,
fucked the whole season right up.
yeah. I was talking about, and you agreed with me. This could be a wild card team. We know the AFC is not really a strong conference. You have two or three. Well, right now you have one really good fucking team. The other ones are like good but not great. NFC, you've got some fucking fantastic teams.
Yep.
And we were talking about the Jets could possibly squeeze in a wild card and be second in the division. And I believe they could have. But the slow start going what, fucking 0-4, 0-5, and
Yep.
then Sam Darnold coming back and not connecting with his receivers and the
Yeah.
offense is just shitty in general. It really fucked it up. I mean, Le'Veon's a good running back. They got a decent offensive line, a good quarterback, but it's just not clicking. And I'm sad to say this because I was really banking on them. Their season's over. At 1-6,
Yeah.
at
No,
one and
you're
six,
right.
I don't see them
You're
going
right.
on a fucking 8-game win streak the
Yep.
second half of the season and going 9-6 and squeaking out a wild card. Not with how the Patriots are playing. Not with how the Bills are playing. I don't see it happening. So
Yeah.
I think they're done.
I
Good
agree.
things in Jacksonville, bad things in New York this season. Next year though, we might be saying
We'll
the same
see.
thing we did
We'll
this year about
see.
the Jets.
Yep.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
Moving on to something happened. It wasn't really a game, but something happened in San Francisco. 51-13, 49ers beat a team. That team is now 4-3, and the 49ers are 7-0. I don't want to say the Panthers because that was not the Carolina Panthers. So what did you see during this game before I talk?
Well, first of all, I predicted the Panthers would win, but I said the quarterback with the least turnovers was going to be on the winning side of things. And I was actually right. Unfortunately for Carolina, Kyle Allen threw 3 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of them were pretty bad. One I thought was a reasonable pick. It was a great defensive play. What else is new with the 49ers? McCaffrey still got his, so you got that going. But I'm not concerned about Panthers only getting 13 points on the 49ers because I could have sworn it was going to be 13-10 or something like that anyway. What I was concerned with is the Panthers defense. This is some cliche thing, okay? Sometimes teams literally they don't come to play. They don't. It happens all the time. Happens to Patriots all the time. Look at last year. Shit, that's like 5 games. That's like, unheard of in New England. I watched some of the games. I'm like, well, they didn't fucking come to play today. That's all it was. Defensively, they were like, yeah, I don't know. After the first drive, they gave up a touchdown. I thought, okay, they're gonna come. Nope. They were slow. They missed the beat on every play, every run play. They were behind. They were getting beat off the ball. Line of scrimmage was being forced onto their side. That's never a good thing for a run game. Nothing too crazy done in the air, but they didn't really, like normal, they didn't really have to. So they really just, to me, it's as simple as the Panthers did not show up in San Francisco. It's as simple as that. If they did, I think they had a chance to win, but they did not even close.
I watched the first half, and then I cut my TV off and began
probably a
playing
good
Call
idea.
of Duty.
Yeah, it was probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Ron Rivera. The thing that he hates most as a coach is getting the other team running on his defense.
Right.
This was a team that held the record, I do believe, with the fewest or with the most games not allowing 100 yards on defense by a single rusher.
Yeah.
Last year, that fucking phenomenal streak fell to the Tevin Coleman, I do believe, fucking shockingly.
There you go. Yep.
In Atlanta.
3 touchdown game for him.
And now Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida just fucked the whole entire Panthers defense. You said it correctly. And Greg Olsen said it as well. Greg Olsen came out and said that we can't, it happened, so there's no excuse, but the worst possible Panthers team played the best possible 49ers team.
Yeah.
And that's what you got. Unprepared. Defense just was fucking horrible. I can't stand, even in Madden, if you run the ball on me, I get pissed because that's the one thing I want to stop. And they just fucked the whole entire defense up. It was sad and it was pathetic to watch. But I do have to say, if you're going to beat the Panthers, you have to run on them. The defense 2 to 3 to 4 years ago was solely built to stop the run. Now it is more to stop the pass for good reason. This is a passing league. So we have the Panthers have a bunch of smaller guys and not some big guys playing at line to stop the run.
Right.
But that's all I'm going to say about the defense. The offense was, you're going up against the 49ers. Kyle Allen threw his first pick as a starter and had his first loss as a starter. I can't really say much. The offense didn't click. I wasn't really expecting them to go off. I wish they would have done more, and they could have done more, but I get it. It's the 49ers are a really good defense.
There's no excuses, but in the end, like, what are you going to do? Put a fight? You're going to match their 50? Come on, people.
Yeah,
it's realistic here. It's the 49ers defense. They're really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So,
but besides me saying it's just they didn't come to play like you said, that's all I'm going to say about the Panthers. Kyle Allen's still the starting quarterback, as Ron Rivera said, and I have no problem with that. Let Cam Newton rest. That is fine. But the 49ers did show up. That run game is the shit. Yep. Passing game is still what I expected it to fucking be. Nothing. But, yeah. Yep, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Shut fucking shit game. All right, moving
We'll
on
move on.
to the Raiders and Texans. A very good, hard-fought game. What we predicted and we hoped it would be. The Raiders did fall 24-27. The Texans moved to 5-3, and the Raiders are now 3-4. What'd you see?
Unfortunately, I did not get to watch that game. It was on the same time as the Patriots, so I couldn't watch really any of it.
I
But
didn't either.
looking at the highlights,
Highlights.
I saw Deshaun Watson being Deshaun Watson, being clutch. I saw him make a phenomenal, one of the coolest plays I've ever seen. He broke a tackle, falls down midair. I think he got poked in the eye or kicked in the
Closed his
face or
fucking
something.
eyes and threw that ball, Nick.
Yep, closed his eyes, threw it, perfect pass, great catch by Fells. I thought, damn, what a play! And he honestly, once again, is leading the Texans to wins, 27-24. After the Colts getting a big win, they need to stay right there with them because if the
Yep.
Colts beat them again, they're going to be in trouble. So they need to stay right behind the damn Indianapolis Colts right now if they want a chance of making the playoffs. So it was a big win for them. Raiders, once again, I am not disappointed entirely in the Raiders. They are a lot better than I thought they would be this year. Their offense has great
Hard fought
potential.
team. Or
Derek
teams have
Carr
tough.
leads the league in completion percentage, so he's being smart with the football. He's making accurate throws. John Gruden is at least give him a solid, okay, as a coach. He is a solid coach. So you got to give the whole team credit for their efforts. Anyway, I just think the Texans are a better overall team, and that's why they won. Um, that's as simple as that. It's about like what you said. We both predicted to be a close game. Texans would win because they're better, and that's exactly what happened. It was a great game, and the better team won. So
Yeah. You said it all. I like the Raiders offense. Mike Mayock and John Gruden are doing a great job, and they did a great job this off season of
yeah,
improving this team and making it a good team for the long run. You got a
yep,
bunch of young players that you can build your team around. Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Tyrell Williams is like what, 28, 27?
yep,
And they still got a fuck ton to go. I mean, they're looking good at 3-4. They are a hard fought 3-4. They've
they
faced
are.
some tough teams,
Couple tough teams.
and
Yep,
they
couple
are
tough
they are doing really
losses.
good. 3-4 is not their record in my book. They are a way better team than that.
Yeah,
Offensively, defensively, they struggle, but that's because they have nobody on it. But their offense is really good. The Texans, however, dude, Deshaun Watson is a good fucking quarterback. They
he's
did, like I
awesome.
said, they did get that run game going. They didn't
Yeah,
score with it, but they got it going. Carlos Hyde got 83 yards on the ground, and that's what they needed. That run game is the key to their success. They can get that going, they will win games.
yep.
DeAndre Hopkins had a good game, and Deshaun Watson is the fucking man. He
He is
is
awesome,
a
isn't he? Yeah,
mobile, accurate, very smart quarterback. I mean, he was really good in Clemson, and he is fucking lighting the damn NFL up. He's
yep,
with a team his whole career. This year, they're actually pretty good, so now he's starting to get that credit.
yep.
But they're looking really good. On the defensive side, they did lose J.J. Watt for the year,
I
sadly.
hate that. Yep, I
That's
hate
a,
that.
that's a big blow. He wasn't doing too good this season, but it's just he's the heart and
It's
soul of that
J.J.
team.
Watt.
Yeah,
Yep, he
he's
is
the
the
heart and soul of
face
that
of
team, and
the.
he's one of the heart and souls of the NFL.
He
So
is.
that's a big
Yep.
blow. I mean, this is what maybe out of 4 years, I think this is the second time he's been out for the year.
It's the second time in the last 4 seasons. You're exactly correct.
It's
Yep.
shitty. But the Texans, yeah, you said it. Going back to that, they need to stick with the Colts. They have a chance. They have a chance to win it. We'll
Yep.
see though. They're a wild card team at the moment. So
Yep.
going on to your team, the Browns and the Patriots. The Patriots won 27-13 over the cocky Cleveland Browns in New England to go. The
Yep.
Patriots are now 8-0. Mayfield still sucking. Yeah, let's.
Yeah. Well, really, something the Patriots typically, actually, I haven't seen from them for the most part in recent years with, this second generation team. You got the three from early 2000, and you got the last couple Super Bowls here with these guys. Your Dante Hightowers, your Devin McCourty, that
Yep.
defense. This offense with Julian Edelman. One thing I rarely see is starting off hot. They really don't, and numbers have shown first quarters, playoffs and all. They're not really up start off very hot. Offensively, defensively, they normally got to play a full 4 quarters and make plays as you go.
Nothing wrong
One
with
thing
that.
they've been doing, and one thing they did, and this is a perfect example of it, is they're starting off hot and they're starting off the game ahead. That's what every team, I imagine, would like to be, is starting off the game early and ahead of the opposing team, more points on the scoreboard. The Browns had three straight plays of turnovers. Nick Chubb lost a fumble. 2 plays later, Patriots score. Nick Chubb, 60 some odd yard run, broke like 5 tackles, gets chased down by Jonathan Jones, cornerback. Unfortunately, he fumbles and they lost. Didn't score on that one. The next play was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Ready for this? A reverse pitch play. Baker Mayfield, little 2-step drop, running back cutting in, Jarvis Landry coming across. I don't know if Mayfield had his eyes closed or if he said fuck it, but defensive lineman Lawrence Guy for the Patriots blew it right up, ran right into Jarvis Landry, and Baker Mayfield casually just gently tossed him the football, and his fat ass just fell on it, and it was an interception. What do the Patriots do? They scored a fucking touchdown 2 plays later. 17-0, just like fucking that. I'm pretty sure that was the end of the first quarter because 3 straight plays, 3 straight turnovers. Hell, the final score is 27-13. So they played a pretty tough fucking game if you take away
Besides those, yeah.
the turnovers. If they don't start off so fucking terrible, not to mention throughout the game, Freddie Kitchens, what a fucking idiot. He threw some of the worst challenge flags you could ever throw. You go back and look at him, they'll never win them. He is still a fucking idiot. The team is still undisciplined, and that's why they're still losing. What are they, 2-5? Is that right? They're 2-5 now. This Browns team is 2-5. Tell me on their roster they should not be all at least the opposite, 5-2. Okay, I'm not saying they had to beat the Patriots because their defense is really good. But Jesus Christ, man. You limit turnovers, you limit the dumb flags, and I swear they have 3 more wins and 3 less losses on the season. They really will. It's the little things for the Browns, to me.
Go ahead and start with the Browns in that play. That looked like, I don't know if y'all have seen The Water Boy, but when Bobby Boucher catches the interception and then finds the guy that was talking about his mama.
And throws it back to him.
And he's like, there you are. And he just throws it to him.
Yeah.
That was the identical play of what just fucking went down. If you haven't seen a side-by-side view, they have it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I recommend you watch it.
Boom.
It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, so the Browns, they just need to stop talking shit. I mean, they were all hyped up at the beginning of the season, and I couldn't stand it, and a lot of the NFL couldn't stand it. Good for them. They've been the shittiest franchise in the NFL for the past 20 years, and they are finally looking all right, and they get cocky about it. Okay. Jarvis Landry said they were going to win this fucking game, shut down the Patriots. Obviously, that didn't fucking happen. Baker Mayfield had a shitty game. Nick Chubb had a good game, but despite his 2 turnovers that was essential to the loss, that was not good. Yeah. It's just the Browns. I mean, the Browns, like we said time and time again, and you just said it now, they're undisciplined. The coaching staff, we think, is not very good. Honestly, borderline horrible. And the offense and the defense in general is just cocky and pathetic right now. They're playing like complete fucking dog shit. And they only have them to blame for it. It's nobody else. I mean, the refs have been shitty this year, but it's them. They fucking suck. Just like they have been the past 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 35 years. I don't know.
When did Jim Brown retire?
Hand, a lot of people are saying the Patriots don't deserve to be 8-0 because of their schedule and who they've played. Their offense sucks. Their defense is carrying them. Tom Brady losing his pizzazz. Tom Brady getting traded per Adam Schefter. Listen, I'm not a Patriots fan, all right? Nick and I we disagree on anything sport-wise, team. team-wise.
Pretty
Yankees,
much.
Red Sox, Bruins, fucking Hurricanes, Panthers, Patriots. Fucking disagree on everything. But we're true fans. And I'm going to admit the Patriots defense is the second best in the NFL behind the 49ers, in my opinion, just because I watched this fucking game. The 49ers played a team.
They did. They played some team.
It's a close one, 1-2. They split on a lot of things. But you've got to think it's Belichick and Brady. They could have the worst offense all season, barely squeak through the fucking wild card seed and make it to the playoffs. They will still be a big fucking contender because they have the GOAT at quarterback and the GOAT at coaching. You can never count them out. Their offense may be shitty, but listen, they'll be fucking ready to rock and roll come playoff time. They'll fucking make it. And their defense is already scary, so Patriots, in my book, are the number one team in the NFL and are my Super Bowl champions at the moment. So,
respect.
Yeah. All right.
I can't argue that. Shit. I'm not going to argue that.
It's true. It's true. And whoever disagrees with that, I would love to hear a fucking reason. Because it's probably a Browns fan or a Saints fan or
anyone that doesn't like Tom Brady or Bill Belichick. Now, I'd love to
surprisingly had a bye week this week, so we don't have to talk about them. Anyway, moving on.
Cowboys did not lose. Good for them.
The Sunday night primetime game would have been a really good game if Patrick Mahomes was starting, but it still was a pretty good game. 31-24. Chiefs now fall to 5-3, and the Packers are now 7-1. Aaron Rodgers making a run for MVP late in the first half of the season. What did you see on Matt Moore's side and the Aaron Rodgers side of the ball?
I thought the fucking Chiefs offense, I thought they did pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Either that or like we've been saying, the Packers defense is finally coming into true form. They're not as phenomenal as everyone thinks they were and thought they were to start the season. Maybe it's both. I don't know. But they put up 24 points against the Packers. I was impressed. Matt Moore had a damn good game. Run game was pretty much non-existent, if you ask me. There were a few big plays, but other than that, I think that was a big thing. He didn't have a run game. What else is fucking new? But really, the reason the Packers won the game is because Aaron Rodgers made one of the best plays and passes of his career. Of all the great passes,
I would say of history.
Seriously. I'm not just talking of his Hail Marys and all, because that's a lot of luck, right? It's one of the best plays. There's looking at the angle he had it. We have the technology, people. We can do 3D shit and figure out 360 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we can look at the angle he had. Literally, defensive back and by the way, it's a running back you threw this football to. We're running dead ass even. You could barely even see a Packers offensive player running a route in the back of the end zone. But fucking Aaron Rodgers did. What does he do? He goes on the fucking run. This is a crucial third down, mind you. A huge third down play. Oh my God. And he just casually, he didn't even move his arm. It was like just
falling backwards.
He just fucking flicked it on the run in the back corner of the end zone to what I was assuming was, when I first saw it, he was throwing the fucking football away.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, now granted, it was a great catch, okay? It was a good catch. But it turned out being the most perfect fucking pass I've ever seen in my life. It was the best throw I've ever fucking seen. Honestly. That should be... They're doing the NFL 100, top 100. They need to fucking stop and rewrite some shit. That's one of the fucking best passes I've ever seen in my life. That was gorgeous. That's why they won the game. And that was the go-ahead touchdown. It was 24-all. He did that, 31-24. A few minutes later, game over. So, just the greatest fucking pass I've ever seen. That's why they won.
Aaron Rodgers is carrying this team on his back like he does every year. He's got a little help from a better defense this year and a good running back in Aaron Jones, a pretty good receiving core. Even if they don't have Devontae Adams, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah. So he's getting chased by multiple defenders, just is falling backwards and flicks it. We all thought he was just throwing it away because that was a smart play just to throw it away. one of the best plays in history. I'm
It
gonna go
was
say it. One
such
of the
a
best
great
throws in history.
pass.
It
Oh,
was gorgeous. If
amazing.
you're a football fan, a big one at that, even if you hate the guy, oh my, you can't know. And I think he's
Yeah.
playing this good, and I think he's wanting these stats to show that he is still the number one dual threat quarterback out there. He's still a good runner. No, I wouldn't say dual threat. He's still the best improvising quarterback out there.
Right,
Patrick Mahomes
improvise.
comes out
Yeah.
and is more of the fucking deep threat. He's all flashy and shit. He goes last week, fucking puts up 6 touchdowns total. This week, he's in Kansas City, not against Patrick Mahomes, so we didn't get the matchup we wanted, but still. And he does that shit and still throws for fucking 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's on a fucking roll right now, and
He is my MVP leading.
he's
He
doing
leads
it on
the
purpose
MVP.
too. I,
Yep.
I swear he's going over to Matt LaFleur and he's like, "Fucker, listen, I'm pissed. I'm coming to
Yeah.
this season hot. I want the fucking ball every damn play," and he's fucking
Yep.
getting it, and
Yep.
he's making it work. The Chiefs, however, they still got a really good offense. I mean, minus Patrick Mahomes, they still got a great receiving core and a great quarterback, offensive line.
Yep.
So there's not much you really need to do as a quarterback.
Right.
The guys are going to get open, and you're going to have time to throw the ball. So just fucking wait. They don't run the ball, so that's irrelevant. But yeah, it was a great fucking game, and Aaron Rodgers is the fucking man right now. I'm loving every bit of it. So
He's awesome. Yep.
moving on to a
Oh, it wasn't
the
that
Miami
bad. Come
Dolphins
on.
are now 0-7, traveling to Pittsburgh to face what was the 2-4 Pittsburgh Steelers. They are now 3-4, and the Steelers won 27-14. Brian Fitzpatrick was making a run for it. He has always been a very good couple game backup quarterback, and he had him, and then they just fucking stopped at halftime. They stopped it.
They did. Listen, we're up 14-0 against any opposing team. I don't care if it's the Steelers. I don't care if it's the Bengals. I don't care if it's the Patriots. That's a damn good start to a football game.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they ended up with 14 points, and they ended up giving up 27 points. Therefore, they gave up a 27-0 run. Technically, we'll call that 27 unanswered points by the Steelers. So their shitty defense did exactly what we expected. And you know what's really bad about the defense giving up 27 straight points is, I'm sorry, who the fuck is who's the quarterback? It's Mason Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
My God, the guy threw for like under 50% from 50% completion percentage. The run game wasn't even that great. They didn't get a bunch of yards. Okay.
First half.
Well, okay. Overall, okay. And the Dolphins, I was so excited. I've never cheered for the Dolphins in my life, clearly. But I was really hardcore for this damn dog. I was so hyped. I love watching Fitzpatrick. By the way, talk about a fucking man. This dude runs around with his fucking full ass beard running. He's like 38 years old, lowering his shoulder on some damn safeties, pushing their asses backwards. I love it when he does that shit.
He
and he
so
has some
hyped.
good passes too. Oh, it's hype. He's a hype man.
Hey, he's like fucking shaking his damn fist, screaming.
He is.
Oh,
it's awesome.
I love it.
And truthfully, the turnovers killed him. I mean, he threw a couple picks. One of them was not his fault. It bounced off his receiver's hands and went 10 yards into like Minka Fitzpatrick's. He did throw one bad pick that he completely missed on. I think he had 2 on back-to-back drive, sack, fumbles, lost in the fourth quarter. So turnovers are honestly what killed it. It was a kind of shitty game because the Steelers' offense is also shitty. But I was very hyped for the Dolphins and then very low. When the fourth quarter started, they were down by 10. I said, well, fuck. You know, they had a shot and they blew, and I felt so bad. But hey, you know, the outcome is probably as expected. So can't be too shocked.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is one of the best, like one of my most favorite quarterbacks to watch.
He is. He's so
not
tough.
flashy. He's not great. He's just fucking hype, and I love it. He's just a good entertainer at quarterback, and I love it.
Yeah.
I was cheering for the Dolphins. They were up 14-0, and then they just got shut down. The play right before halftime, the Steelers scored on. That was the dumbest fucking play I've ever fucking seen in my life. I don't know what Brian Flores was thinking there. Blitzing fucking 7 people on a 3rd and 25 or whatever it was.
I mean, this dude was wide
on
open.
a spread. It's like I don't even think they had enough people to cover.
I mean, there was no one within 20 yards of him. There really wasn't. It was really funny.
That was pathetic. So that was fucking right there. I'm like, yep, there's the Dolphins.
There
and it was coaching staff this time. It wasn't even the fucking players. Mason Rudolph, yeah, he did fucking shitty until the second half. James Conner ended up with 145 rushing yards at the end of the fucking game. Juju Smith-Schuster broke 100 yards, broke a record. Youngest player to break 10, I think, 100-yard games. He is beat Randy Moss and Odell in that category.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's doing phenomenal, and he did really good, stepped it up, and the Pittsburgh Steelers just showed up in the second half, and they have won, it's in the 20s, 20-something straight games at home on Monday Night Football. That's why I chose them to win that game.
Yep.
Yeah, they're kicking. They kick ass in prime time in Pittsburgh. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. So we are having a long episode, so we're gonna go ahead and go right through to the topic 2, the Week 9 Thursday Night Football prediction. The 49ers at the Cardinals. Oh Lord, this is gonna be very good or very bad.
I was gonna say the same thing. You know, I love a good like underdog. I like watching the Cardinals. I really do. And they're an underdog in this game by far. However, their potential, if they play to the best of their team's abilities, if Cliff Kingsbury gets his head out of his ass, I think the Cardinals can pull off the upset. I think they can. And I'm gonna go for it. Why not? They were one solid second half away from beating the Saints, who are currently probably the best team in the NFC. So they play a full 4 quarters of solid football like they did just this past week. I think the team can get it done. I think if they try to pass football, hey, you got Terrell Suggs on one side, you got Chandler Jones on the other. So they have playmakers on their defense. And then offensively, they're a team full of playmakers. We talk about them all the time. Kyler Murray. If Chase Edmonds is back, that'll be great. If not, they now have Kenyon Drake, so that's good. They have a decent O-line. They got playmakers for receivers. They got Larry Fitz. One of the greatest receivers of all time. And fuck it, why not? I'm going to go for it. They're playing in Arizona. Yep. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to go for the upset. Why not? I'm not afraid for it. I think it's a very reasonable pick to have the Cardinals upset and beat the 49ers. So
this whole entire time you were talking, I was listening to you, but I was also thinking what I want to do. I'm not a big fan of the 49ers as a team in general, and of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Very one-sided, successful. Yeah.
Yep. I've said it before, even though they just fucking waxed the floor with my team. And I really do like the Cardinals. It's just that coaching staff is fucking that team over, and that's their only problem, in my opinion. Yeah. Their defense is and their offensive line sucks. But honestly, they could have a lot more success than what they've been producing. But I can't do it. I want the Cardinals to win. I really do. I would love that so fucking much.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the 49ers. I don't think the Cardinals defense, their front seven's okay, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida. I don't. Their running game is just too well designed, and it's too good. Passing game, who the fuck cares? They don't even need it. Their run game is going to beat the Cardinals. It might not torch them, but it's going to be better. And honestly, I think Kyler Murray is going to have a hard time. This is an offensive line that is worse than the Panthers, and we just saw what the fuck happened there. So
very true.
I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball, and Kyler Murray is going to be running for his fucking life.
Well, I personally I like that. I like when he runs the football. I like
True.
when they make plays.
Very true. So it might
So,
end up working well for him.
like I said, they got playmakers that can win football games.
You're
That's
right.
why they have a chance to
Right.
win. I'm going for it. They
All
lose,
right.
they lose. Hey,
I'm not
not the
gonna
end of the
I'm
world.
not gonna go against it because I really hope you're right. I just don't see it happening. But you are correct. They have playmakers and they
Yeah.
can do it. It's just will Cliff Kingsbury get his head out of his ass and score some fucking points on offense? So that is our prediction and our recap of week 8 and
There you
our
go.
prediction of week 9, Thursday Night Football, 49ers at Cardinals. Tune in a couple days where we will have the predictions of our week 9, and we will see if Nick was right and pulled out the upset. The Cardinals pulled out the upset against the 49ers. We will see. I hope
I
so, and
hope
he hopes
so.
so.
Shit.
Do you have anything to say, Nick, before we cut it off?
No, tune in next week. I believe Keeping Up with the Eagles is
Yep.
back in action.
Yep.
We'll find out hopefully sometime on Friday, and you'll probably see it sometime Saturday who they're playing and when. But it should be a great episode.
Yep, definitely. Keeping up with the Eagles is a very hot topic, and
It
it's a
is.
great drama episode, or it's a great
Yeah.
drama show on E Network. So,
That's right.
yep. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Tune in a couple days, and for episode 31, and we'll catch you later.